And we're back. Did you miss me? Of course you did. I was going to say, hey y'all, like Leslie Jordan, but I decided not to. I'm not sure if he's trademarked that or not, but he's more famous than me, so he probably gets to. We are reading Almost Odis by me, Dusty Thompson. I hope you enjoyed the storytelling video, and I hope you support the storytelling contest here in Long Beach. If you're in the Long Beach area, please. I think they're doing them on Zoom right now, so please help with that. But if you're following along, we're going to jump to page 11. If you haven't bought your book, buy it on Amazon or authorhouse.com. And yes, I'm wearing that paisley shirt one more time. Third time's the charm, y'all. I promise I'm going to put it away a little bit later, but it just looks so fabulous. I didn't know what else to do. It just looks so good. I gained so much COVID weight, I only fit in certain things. Anywho, page 11, here we go. 1982 was the year my family followed my mother's sisters and semi-permanently relocated into the Red River Valley in Texas and settled in a tiny hamlet with a population of less than 500 unless you counted horses and crab apples. We didn't actually live in Bogota proper. We lived about 7 miles northeast in a community called Fulbright, a misnomer to be sure. Fulbright wasn't full of anything except houses and barns, and there was nothing big or bright about it other than the stars at night. Clap, 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 clap. People in Texas think that's funny. If you're not from Texas, well, chuckle anyway. Moving here had been one of those moves common in my family and apparently no one else's. You know the ones where your parents say, get in the car, we're moving? I didn't think so. We became adept at packing an entire house quickly and into relatively small spaces. I promise you my mother could fit the contents of a 3-bedroom house in the back end of a Pontiac Bonneville station wagon with room left for a cooler of fried chicken, a switch for when we smarted off, and my baby brother. This move was the first one which caused me concern. I've never been one to get nervous around meeting new people, and I have no issues with just sort of implanting myself in a new landscape and pretending I had been there for quite some time. And in Bogota, I wasted no time in acquiring a girlfriend. She was cool and played clarinet. And a best friend. He was cool and his dad was the preacher. And it was a great summer, but fall arrived and brought a new activity into my life, football. Having never played before, I was uncertain what to expect, but I knew the dad wanted me to play, as he had throughout school. It was a subject of his fondest memories. That and getting arrested for being a heathen. Up until this year, the only sport typically available to youth was baseball, and it was only during the summer. I had participated with a reasonable facsimile of athletic ability from T-ball up through 6th grade. Full disclosure, I was known for striking out in T-ball, and once while playing left field, got so engrossed in a conversation with someone standing by the fence, because that's what you do when you're playing baseball. I stayed in the outfield while my team batted and no one seemed to notice, not even the umpire. I feel sure my coach noticed, but very wisely alerted no one. The heart of the team I was not, the mouth of the team I was for certain. I don't remember thinking sports were amazing, but I also don't remember disliking them to any degree. It's just what you did. But something had changed in the 6th grade. I had realized I was much less like the dad than I had previously thought, and I had a sudden need to improve as a son, to be more of who I thought he wanted me to be. Having only played baseball until now, I had no frame of reference for football. I just knew I had to play. It's what the son of the dad did and was expected to do. In Texas, football is practically a religion. I pledged to be an ardent participant as my feelings were cemented by something the dad had said on numerous occasions. Any boy not playing football is a sissy. It would become my mantra, and I repeated it several times on the junior high playground to, I feel pretty certain, utter confusion. Macho I was not, determined I was. And I almost dodged the football bullet, but like any Secret Service man worth his bass weegens, I leapt in front of it. One of the conversations my mother had with me was concerning our lack of resources. I knew we had suddenly found ourselves without many of the things we were used to, and we had to sell our car and truck when we moved. But I wasn't aware of the exact level of poverty until my mother said I couldn't play football because we couldn't afford to buy the football cleats. My reaction, tears, wasn't a proud moment for me, but I didn't know what else to do. Ensuring the dad still liked me hinged on the playing of the football with appropriate accoutrement. Of course, not using words like accoutrement would probably have helped. Being the band and an honor student hadn't seemed to work in my favor, at least to my 11-year-old mind. My mother was never one to allow tears to sway her, but she apparently interpreted them to mean I was desperate to play ball, and I was, but not for the love of the gridiron. I wasn't privy to the conversations behind closed doors, but apparently due to my implied level of devotion to the game, it was decided my school shoes would be my football cleats. And after a trip to the Walmart in Clarksville, I became the proud owner and full-time wearer of athletic shoes for the first and only time. Of course, these were not regulation cleats. They were football shoes designed for short, portly youth to wear other places besides an athletic field, white with maroon stripes and a flap over the laces. If you were to look at my class officer photo from 7th grade, class reporter, thank you very much, you will see me wearing a short sleeve button down, overly tight Wrangler jeans, and my football cleats. There's one on Facebook somewhere. What could I do? When you're lacking in resources and you gain weight, you simply wear the clothes you have and lose either one, weight, or two, concern over your appearance. Of course, I was hyper aware of my appearance, but I was certainly not about to modify my eating habits. I had to play sports. Athletes need biscuits and gravy, y'all. And I feel certain my mother was confused and disappointed as my passion for football was not evident in my performance or lack of restraint and complaining about two-a-day practices in football in general. You would imagine I would not cry out loud. I would keep it inside like Melissa Manchester taught us and learn to hide my feelings. You would be wrong. For some reason, my fear of ostracism never outweighed my desire for martyrdom. No, sir, I had a need to be as dramatic on the outside as I felt on the inside, which I'm sure only alarmed and or annoyed those in my general vicinity, which included the dad. At the end of the season, during 8th grade, I decided I had enough and I did not want to play any longer. I mustered the courage to tell the dad I wanted to quit, and his response upset me. He didn't get angry or yell or anything like I thought he would. He simply stopped talking to me and turned his attention to my brother. I felt like a disappointment from that moment forward. I remember on more than one occasion him asking my mother, "What's wrong with that boy, Mama?" It was a question I asked myself over and over and over again. Of course I knew the answer, but I was too afraid to say it out loud. If I said it, then it was true. If I ignored it, maybe I could figure out how to change it. And we're going to stop there. And please subscribe below. That's what I see YouTubers doing. So right below my lovely shirt, there should be a little subscribe button. Please click on that and you'll get notifications every time I post a video. And I'll be posting videos most every day. I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next time. Thanks.